ببلك النفسن كوكورد أفسن
نفسن ليش
وديوب قال
تركون
Around that time I was finishing film school, I got really obsessed with early modern humans. I'd watched a documentary on the BBC. I read William Golding's The Inheritors, his follow-up to Lord of the Flies, which is in the same time period. Yuval Noah Harari's *Sapiens*, about the broad sweeps of human history, which has done a really great book. So it unlocked something in me to say we can say something hopefully quite profound about human beings through making a film in this time period. And then I met Oliver Kassman, the producer, and he was wanting also to do something in this time period, but very specifically in the horror genre. And I thought, oh wow, like if you can use the tropes of horror and play in that sandpit and still hopefully have that profound thing that you say about humanity and inhumanity and that uncomfortable truth that we're top of the food chain because of how inhumane we are, then I thought, okay, we've got something here. This is something I would pay to see. And that was then we went. And then we pitched the idea to Ruth. She came, Ruth Greenberg, the writer, she came on board. And then the three of us kind of rode off together and yeah, tried to get the thing made.
Ana rashum teesin berafin en susulardes.
ميهنت الرمب
لو كتكوت
If everybody buys into the notion that human beings or Homo sapiens came out of West Africa around 60,000 years ago and spread up through Western Europe, through into Asia and beyond, then there's a sort of pathway where if you took some Sanskrit, some Arabic, maybe some Basque from Spain, which is as a language is around 10,000 years old and it's still in use today, is there like a mother tongue that we can invent, taking little bits of that? So Daniel disappeared with the script for 3 or 4 weeks and came back with this fully fledged language that has rhythm and it has colloquialisms and it has real grit to it. And it sounds great when you say it. So yeah, that was it. And then we just, we gave it to the cast and they all committed to it very, very fully. And for me, it was really freeing because I wasn't paying attention to the minutiae of the language, of the English language. And well, there's a comma there, so maybe take a breath. There was none of that. It was just, I look at the monitor, I'm looking in their eyes. Do I believe what you're trying to do? Do I believe what you're trying to emote? Do I believe your intent? And that is great. If I could work that way forever, that would be awesome. Shot in northwest Scotland. Before Ruth started writing a word of the script, myself, Ruth, and Oliver went on a recce all up through northwest Scotland because I'd been up there a few times because I'm Scottish, and so I knew that what we needed was up there. I knew that we wanted this ancient, primeval landscape, but there's still infrastructure, there's still roads, so you can still get to some of these places to shoot. So yeah, so I knew that we had everything we needed in northwest Scotland, and in terms of the lighting and how you try and manipulate the natural light, you have to get a really good DOP. And Ben Fordsman had just come off St. Maud's, and he's just a very, very talented guy and is very able to sculpt natural light. So a lot of times, we weren't using generators, we didn't have a lot of lights. It was just how can you use an ND filter and a bit of reflective polyboard to give a little bit of kick, and just let everything else play out as it needs to. And again, that creates this believability that we're there. And yeah, like the only time we used lights was when it was the firelight, or we were in the cave sequence, or the Aurora Borealis. It's the only times that we really used lights in that traditional sense.